What up gamers, Fence here, and in this video I want to share my thoughts on episodes 4 to 12 on Shadowverse Flame. I won't be covering episodes 1 to 3 because I've already done that on another video where I share my first impressions of Shadowverse Flame, so go check that video out if you want to know my thoughts on those episodes. But I will give a quick summary on what I thought about those episodes. But before I do that, I just want to warn you guys for spoilers up ahead for pretty much episodes 1 to 12 of Shadowverse Flame. So yeah, you've been warned. And the reason why I chose to review up to episode 12 is because if it's anything like the previous Shadowverse anime, then every 12 episodes would be considered an arc, and so I thought it would be better to review it that way. It feels more nice and organized, I feel, and I feel like I can just talk more about the Shadowverse Flame anime here than before. So with all of that said, let's begin by quickly going through episodes 1 to 3 on Shadowverse Flame here, just so you guys know what my thoughts and feelings are so far in the anime. So pretty much, it had a very good first impressions on me. I liked it, the art, the sound, and the story for the most part. I really like how at the beginning, it was a very slow start to really get to know the characters before the battles. And when it comes to the battles, for the first battle here, I do appreciate that they structured it to be very new player friendly, very noob friendly. Compared to like the original Shadowverse anime, where the phone snatcher was like, I'll show you how to play Shadowverse, and then he just proceeds to play a bunch of cards without explaining anything at all. At least with Shadowverse Flame here, I do appreciate that they do explain what a play point is and when can you play cards, based on the play points and their cost. Yeah, I do at least appreciate that, and I feel very confident in like recommending this anime to people who are not familiar with Shadowverse at all and want to give it a try, but maybe they want to try out the anime first, and yeah, I can definitely recommend them Shadowverse Flame here. And so yeah, those are my general first impressions of episodes 1 to 3, and now let's get to episodes 4 to 12, in which, with episodes 1 to 12 here, I would consider this an arc where they try to rebuild the 7th Flame Club, try to recruit members from other clubs, and with how the story is structured so far, it is very character introduction heavy, and so what I think I'll do in this video is just go through each character and just talk about their stories, because that's really the only thing that drives the plot forward, I feel. So after Light loses to Shinobu, in which I do like that part because I just feel like it is realistic for a first battle in that sense, and I do like to see people grow from losses. But yeah, after that loss with Shinobu here, Light then battles the Secret Club president of Six Magic, and that is Ladies and Gentlemen. So it seems like for the most part, each character in the 7th Flame Club have their own serious internal struggles and problems that they have to deal with maybe the exception of Light, because yeah, I just feel like his struggles is just being a new player and just trying to learn the game, as well as trying to understand like the people he is with. And so yeah, I feel like his problems don't go as deep as like some other people in the club that joins over time. Like for example, Ladies and Gentlemen here. So with Gentleman here, it seems like his problem is that he is very nitpicky on just trying to make everyone like very competitive instead of like playing casual. Like he would always give tips and stuff, like he wants to correct everyone's mistakes, but that kind of like loses the, I guess, the casual players like fun for the game. But that's my interpretation of it, where he thinks he's helping, but he's like being too much to the point where it can feel really annoying, and like just being told like what is the best play and all that. But yeah, regardless, in the end, Gentleman lost to Light here, and then he joined the club. And with Gentleman here, I do like the character. The character is pretty much fun, like a very fun tsundere character for the club to interact with. But I do wonder, and I can't wait for the reveal of it, is what is the reasoning behind the digital bunny avatar? Because I'm thinking that it might be in relation to like what I said before, where they feel like they're helping players, but they're actually just making the game not fun, and maybe they feel ashamed of it, or maybe they're bedridden and they can't physically go to school, and so maybe they have to like go to school in the form of a digital avatar. So yeah, I'm thinking if it's either two of those things, maybe it could be another reason, but yeah, I am pretty curious just to know who is the person behind the avatar. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that reveal. And so with that said, let's move on to the next character, who is Ren Kazumasuri, who seems to be a tomboy character, and that does play a big part into her story because she does feel very like an outcast to the boys and girls that she interacts with. Basically, she is a girl that likes boyish things, whereas all the other boys and girls like their own things associated with their gender, with the exception of Itsuki. And because of that, she does have a hard time, I guess, just interacting with both genders because, yeah, they both like their, I guess, their own things, and she does have a hard time, like, fitting in. They're not, like, downplaying her, but it's more like, she hasn't really found that crowd of, like, people like her. And then that's where Itsuki comes in during his battle with the Fifth Sword's leader, Tatsumi Raido, who is a really funny and fun character too, I guess, just to see. But yeah, with Itsuki here, he's pretty much on a similar level to Ren here, where he is a boy that likes girlish things, and he also had a hard time, I guess, trying to interact with other people. And it was only through Shadowverse is when he was able to interact with other people. Yeah, which is, Shadowverse. Definitely something you see a lot, connecting people. But yeah, with Ren and Atsuki here, I thought they had a really good character compatibility and synergy based on their experiences, where one is going through a struggle, whereas the other one overcame that struggle and is trying to help the one going through it just overcome it. So yeah, I do like that. But yeah, in the end, Itsuki won the battle. He was able to beat Tatsumi, doing the whole thing where appearances, whether they're not tough or they're like very cute or something, like they can still win battles. But yeah, I thought this was a really cool thing. I thought with Ren's story here, it does go through like two characters pretty much, Ren and Itsuki. And yeah, I thought it flowed very well, and I thought it was a very good story overall. And then we get to Subaru Makabe's story, where his problem is that people have high expectations of him, like his dad and whatnot. And it seems like that's because his last name, his family name, is famous. It seems like one of the Makabes is in the Seven Shadows. I don't know if that's him with a different haircut, or if it's like a different person, like a sibling or something, a relative. And I'm gonna guess it's the latter because, yeah, when we heard that Makabe from the Seven Shadows on TV, they did have a different voice tone. So I'm guessing it's a different character that is not Subaru, but like just pretty much a relative. But yeah, his problems get unraveled over time, especially with the Fourth Wind's leader, who is Fuwari Hahajima, and especially through their battles, like Fuwari noticed that Subaru isn't giving it his all, pretty much. Like he's like making mistakes on purpose, and you can tell like, oops, I guess that was a mistake. But yeah, even Light too, he noticed that, and so yeah, over time he then went all out, and yeah, I think for the most part, I would say he overcame it. I'm gonna be maybe expecting him to duel a lot more now compared to before, because he was kind of like on the sideline and not doing much. Like even with him too, like Light did mention at the very beginning of the episode how they don't even know much about Subaru, and so yeah, we got to know more about him now, and I'm guessing for the most part he got through the first step of his struggles, and I'm gonna guess that we're gonna meet the other Makabe in the future, and maybe they'll both battle. I feel like that's something that's gonna happen. And then finally, the latest member to join the 7th Flame Club is Tsubasa Takanashi, where her story is that in the past, where she was not the club president of the 3rd Feather Club, it was someone else. But yeah, the previous club president battled the First Reaper's club president, and the 3rd Feather lost. And in doing so, the First Reaper commanded that the club president would stand down, which seems very extreme for a school, like run by students here. I guess it's being run more by students than actual faculty or like staff members and all that stuff, like adults. Because yeah, that is a very extreme like decision. But anyways, I guess I got to suspend my disbelief here, right, or something. Anyways, yeah, her story is that she wants to like protect the 3rd Feather Club, because right now she's the club president and she doesn't want to like make too much make too much of like the first Reaper Club president pretty angry to the point where like maybe she might have the same fate, and that might like disband the Third Feather Club. But yeah, she is very pessimistic on like challenging the first Reapers Club president, and that's where Light comes in because he pretty much battles her, and yeah, she lost. And yeah, over time, I guess now she believes that they can actually take on the first Reapers Club president, through the power of Light here. And I do like her character as well as all the other characters. I would say all the characters are very good, with like maybe the slight exception of like Light. Yeah, he's the last character I guess I'll talk about. Yeah, with Light here, he's been pretty much the same for the most part throughout the whole first 12 episodes here, which I guess it's fine. I think for this whole arc here, they want to introduce the other characters first, and then afterwards where things get more serious, maybe that's where Light story gets played in to be more serious and more in detail, be more deep than the others. But yeah, with Light here, he does have a very, I would say dull story so far with his development and stuff. But dude, I feel like his personality does make up for it though. I do like Light's literal personality a lot, where he takes things very literally. Like when he challenged Tatsumi to a battle to get more club members, Tatsumi suggested they should do some exercising, like a battle of endurance, to to settle that. And dude, Light was about to go through with it until yeah, Subaru had to stop him really quick and said, "Hey, maybe we should instead settle this through Shadowverse." The name of the anime here. But yeah, I do like that scene a lot. And there's even another scene too that shows this. I believe it's in the latest episode, episode 12 or 11, during the battle with Tsubasa here, where Tsubasa was explaining an overflow effect, where she said, "Overflow, an effect that activates when you have 7 maximum play points or more." And then Light is like, "Yes, that was in the manual." And then just proceeds to attack. I don't know, I just really like that really innocent, sincere, and just like dorky side and literal side of Light. I think that's the main point, the main trait I like about him. I just wish he had more of a backstory to go off from because, yeah, right now we just feel so random. Some stranger just walked up to him and then just enrolled him into this Shadowverse Battle College. Yeah, I mean, I wish there was more of a reasoning shown in the beginning because it just feels really random. But yeah, hopefully, after this arc here, after everyone and their stories like being told and hopefully resolved for the most part, I hope now we can get into Light's backstory and just see him being developed. But yeah, overall, I would say all of the characters are at least great. They play their purpose, whether they are like a minor character or a side character to Light over here. Like, I think all of them are at least great, and I'm really happy to see that because, it just makes me really happy to see, like, I guess each character feel, I guess, more standout-ish, whereas I felt like in the original anime, it's been mostly Hero. I wish we could see more of the other characters, and yeah, that's what we got here. We got to see more of the other characters. I think, out of these 12 episodes here, Light's only battled like 3 times, and all the other times, it's been like Subaru, Itsuki, like, yeah, everyone else. Except for like maybe Ren. Yeah, we've never seen Ren played. I do hope we do see that sometime soon. And as for the story in general, I do like it. I also like the structure of the story is what I notice here is where like before a battle they will spend an episode just like introducing the character and like their story and all that stuff, and then they would actually do the battle in the next episode. Yeah, I do like that structure a lot just because it just feels more chill and we get to really know the characters and how they're going to resolve it next time. I don't know. I feel like for some other people that might feel maybe a bit too long, but for me, I thought it was pretty chill. I like to, spin and chill with these characters, get to know them, and then, yeah, afterwards, like resolve everything through a Shadowverse battle. And as for the battles themselves, I do like them a lot. The cards that do stand out to me that, I do want to play with is Gentleman's cards with the chess pieces and also with Subaru's, like ghosts. Dude, I think that's really cool what they did with the ghost here where with the masquerade ghost, instead of like the ghost like banishing itself, it would like transform into a giant ghost. I think that's really cool. I do want to play with that in the main Shadowverse game. Um, but yeah, there's just a lot of cool cards. I would say those two like card types is what stands out to me. One thing I wish was more used is the Digifriends, because the only one that feels like really relevant is what's his name, Dragnir. Yeah, the Light's Digifriend, because he can talk, but even with him, he doesn't really do much. I do hope that, I don't know, like with the introduction of Digi Friends, I thought maybe they would play more of a part, but they're kind of like just there. I do hope that they do play a bigger part in the later episodes. And as for the structure of the battles themselves, I do like how, since we're still in the beginning, we're still being introduced to the different types of like the classes in Shadowverse here. I remember with Itsuki talking about like, Forest Craft's specialty is like FX activating when you played at least 2 cards that turn. And stuff like that. I do appreciate that they're still like teaching the audience on like how Shadowverse works. And once again, I'm like fully confident that I feel like I can recommend this anime to newbies and all that. And I guess the last thing I'll talk about is like, what's coming next, man. Because at the end of episode 12, we got like a little tease of like what might be happening next. We got to see the guy from the beginning again, that one stranger with the blonde hair and wears his coat like Yugimoto from Yu-Gi-Oh! Like Yami Yugi. We also saw like a new character too, like sitting on a chair. Yeah, he had like black and white hair, I believe. I kind of forgot what he looks like. But yeah, he was like briefly there, and I believe he was there in the tease of the next episode. And also, speaking of that tease of the next episode, we do see that it seems like the club president of the First Reaper, they're going to be challenging Light to a battle, and maybe that's when things get resolved, but who knows? Maybe Light might lose there, but I'm gonna guess that he wins. Maybe maybe the show doesn't want him to lose too much. But yeah, we'll be seeing that next time, it seems. And I wonder how that's gonna, I guess, moving on from that, like how is that going to, I guess, move things forward? Like after defeating the club president of the First Reaper Club, like what's gonna happen next? Like how are they going to introduce the 7 shadows that they've been putting in the background, as well as like some of the other characters too, like the ones being mentioned, like Luca. Also in the intro we saw Maro. Yeah, I do wonder like how are all the other characters from the original anime going to be playing into here. We also did see a little bit of Alice Kurabane, like being in karaoke and on TV and such. Yeah, we get to see her a little bit. But yeah, I do wonder, I'm just really curious now to see how they're going to move forward. Is it going to be like another Doomsday event, which I feel like it's going to be, but I don't know like how soon that will be. But yeah, I'm looking forward to see like how that's going to be going. I'm going to guess that maybe we'll see the reveal of like the user behind Gentleman, like the actual person behind that bunny avatar, as well as like meeting Subaru Makabe's, I guess, relative, like the one in the 7 shadows. But yeah, overall, I'm just looking forward to that. And yeah, I can't wait for it. But yeah, those were my thoughts on episodes 4 to 12. Pretty much it felt like the it felt like the first part of Shadowverse Champions battle. I won't spoil things too much, but it did remind me of like, the first part for that story in that game. But yeah, definitely check that game out if you haven't already. It's a very good game. But yeah, I'll be doing more, like maybe episodes 13 to 24. I'll be doing that next time. I believe, if it's still like 1 episode per week, then I'm guessing in 3 months, that's when I'll be making another video like this. So yeah, guys, I guess that'll be it for now. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think of Shadowverse so far with episodes 1 to 12. Do you like it, hate it, love it, despise it? I have no idea. Let me know down in the comments below. But yeah, as for me, once again, I'm really enjoying it. I do appreciate how this is pretty much a major improvement, I feel, from the original Shadowverse anime. And I do hope they keep it up, man. I mean, I'm really enjoying the anime so far. Like, It's something I wish I can say for the most part in the original anime, but yeah, dude, I'm really enjoying Shadowverse Flame, man. It is such a really good anime to watch. So yeah, that's all I want to say. I'll be back whenever episode 24 drops, or maybe when they announce something like a video game version of Shadowverse Flame. Dude, I'll be looking forward to that. But yeah, also if you haven't noticed already on my channel, I also play through the original Shadowverse game. Right now I'm playing through the single player, maybe multiplayer again one day, but for now I'm just focusing on single player, and I'm about to go into the Morningstar conclusion for that. But yeah, guys, that's all I want to say. That is it for now, and yeah, that's a game.